guys, I'm CuriousKey. Welcome back to another video. And here we are standing on top of a chest. Just showing you the stuff I did on the interior design in the extension on the manor. You can see I did another design on the carpet, similar to what I did upstairs. And I've done this little thing here with the spruce wood pillars around here and turned this into kind of a mini library. You see I've got the little enchantment altar here and research and arcane work table here. So this is kind of a bit of a Thaumcraft research station, I guess. And just looking back at it from back here, I actually really like the way it looks. It's got a reasonable amount of visibility, but quite a lot of occlusion too. You can't see all of it at once because of the pillars, and I kind of like that. Gives it a sense of being kind of its own room, but not entirely. It's separated from the rest of the room, but it's still open. So I like the way this looks. It's come out quite nicely. So I guess the next step is to talk about what we're going to be doing next. I have a plan to put a tower in here. I think I'll end up actually having it oops, it's quite low down. Knock a hole through here so I can actually come into the tower via the research station. And I think I'll have it not be too wide, but maybe come out to about here. I haven't decided entirely yet. And go up to being just one level above the main building. And I have a vague plan for this area using Botania, if that's how it's pronounced. I'm actually not sure, because I've never heard anyone else actually name the mod. But I won't tell you what that is until I've actually figured it out, because I don't know if it's going to work yet. I'm still learning how it works. But yeah, I'm going to build a tower here, and I've been thinking about how much of the rest of the building, this kind of very samey stuff, to include in the video, because the rest of this is really all kind of very much the same. Building the rest of this house, at least the stuff that's above ground, there's going to be bits of it which are different, but large parts of it are going to be following the same general theme of what we've already done. And I like that because I personally think when you do a large build, it should have an overall theme. I don't like it just to be every single part of the house having a completely different architectural style. But if I'm doing a montage of building the same general stuff every video, that will get intensely repetitive. So what I think I might do is actually cut and just show you the bits of it that are interesting as I go along, and focus more on getting magic stuff set up and any other little bits that I think are unique about the building process. Just because I really don't want these videos to get too repetitive, and I want to maintain a balance of a lot of progress without every video you're just sitting there watching me place the same kind of blocks all the time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut here, get the first level or two of this tower done, and I think I'll do the top on camera because I haven't quite got that design settled yet, and I think it'll be interesting to share the process. Okay guys, I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back. We're just out the back of my house, and here is the beginning of the tower. I just thought I'd show you it as it was coming along. So there's a few subtle differences between it and the rest of the building. I've only been able to come out one block here, because otherwise it was going to look a little bit too fat and not very tower-like. Now I do agree that it doesn't look very tower-like yet, but I'm going to go up another 2 floors I plan, and I'll just go up here and show you what it's looking like up here and how I'm going to proceed. Let's pillar up. So I'm actually going to have a little balcony going around the central tower here, and due to the difference in design between it and the rest of the house, it's the floor's on the same block level as these logs here, which I kind of have to have exist for the interior to look right to me. So I decided it was time for me to start experimenting with microblocks. And it was actually a lot easier than I had originally thought it would be. Someone on the forums had suggested I give it a go, and yeah, it turns out it is actually quite an intuitive system. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to just get these positioned as they should be. Now I placed those ones upright because I thought it wouldn't matter what they were like, so I thought they were going to be covered by the floor. So these have to be torn out and placed again as well. It's been actually, there's been a few challenges designing this, and the biggest one was with the floor, but it's been interesting changing it up, and that's good because I don't want to get too bogged down in one style. And that's one thing, is I do like making large builds and kind of towns and things that all, a series of structures that all use essentially exactly the same style, more like, because if you have a load of structures that use the same building style, you get this kind of the concept of rhythm comes into it, and that kind of placements of buildings becomes part of the style as well. But it does not make for interesting videos if I'm always building the same stuff. So I'm only going to spend a little bit of time going over this here, and then I'll cut again to when I've got this tower actually finished, I think, and we will continue with some Britannia stuff to round off the video. I think that sounds like a good idea. Now, the thing with this is I want to have the three-dimensionality below, so, and there's this thing where, let me just get some planks. Oh, I'm going to have to make some, I think. Okay, just a moment. If I just make some of the planks here, even if I just have this, it will still be exposed, and I don't like that. I don't really think that looks... I'm going to lose these by the looks of it. Doesn't look quite how I want it to. However, what do you guys think if I just do this? I can maintain the kind of three-dimensional aspect and have a floor. The only place it will even be kind of possible to tell that the design's different is when coming up the ladder, which I haven't actually built yet. But I think it'll be interesting. It's kind of... I love microblocks. They're so interesting. And I just know there's so many possibilities of them that I have not even begun to contemplate, because this is a very utilitarian use of them. This is basic. This is not a creative use of microblocks, and at some point I'm actually gonna check YouTube for some creative uses for these, because I bet there's some amazing things people have made, like looking at all the kind of pillars and small little things you can create. I bet there's some amazing statues and sculptures people have made of them, and that's an area of building that I kind of really envy people for being able to do and have absolutely no ability to do myself. I am not good at creating organic objects in Minecraft. I can't, like, I would really love to know how to make trees that look good, because I've tried it and I was terrible, and at some point I'm gonna kind of force myself to do it. I'm gonna make myself make a big old tree build, maybe not on here, but somewhere, sometime. Now let's just see. These are the panels. Yep. So another good thing is you get. Oh no, these are not to the right depth. It's again. You get doubling returns each time, which is kind of cool. You end up with loads of these things. So if you actually want to build a base on really limited materials, these would actually be a good way of doing it. But anyway, I'm gonna not continue along that, because it's just, I think it will just be a bit too tedious. Now, what we're going to have is the tower coming up like this. Now, these are going to work the same way the other pillars worked, in that the actual wall of the tower is going to be in here. So say if I got that, oops, this is going to be where the wall of the tower is going to be. So it's actually going to be a pretty small tower by the time it gets to this point. It's going to be quite spindly. And then it goes up. And I'm debating about whether for the final floor I can make it go out again. That'd be quite a three-dimensional... Yes, I like that idea. I think when I take it up, I'm going to make it go up again, out again. So I'm going to bring it up one floor, and then it's going to come out. I'll kind of try out both 1 or 2 blocks and see what looks better. And then I've got a little idea for the roof that I want to show you as well. So I've spent enough time just yammering here, and I don't want to bore you, so I'm going to cut away here, and I'll show you the finished tower in a little bit. Oop, and it's getting dark. Okay, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, guys, welcome back. And here we have the finished tower. Just have a look. I'll just give you a little bit of a tour inside it. Oh, lag spike. I wonder what's happening there. Okay, so I'm actually really pleased with how it looks on the outside. I decided to only come out 1 block for each tier as we go up. And, oh, I'm not sure. I'll just end up stacking up, I guess, to show you the roof, but inside we have a few different levels, the purpose of which I haven't entirely decided yet, because, well, I don't really know what things will be useful to use up here. Yeah, I mainly built this just for the fun of having a tower, really. Oh god, it's getting dark. Okay, time to go down then. Let's hurry on. Yeah, it actually took a lot longer to design this than I expected. It's actually several days after the last cut in this video. So for you guys it's about half a second, and for me it's, I think, about 72 hours. But yeah, here we go. And do I have any blocks? I actually don't. I will go onto the roof. That will be the easiest way. Okay, here we go. Fucking creeper. Yeah, you can't really see the roof very well from here, but you can see I had to redesign the template I used for these roofs to make it much more compact. It took a while to get it looking okay, but I think it looks alright. And, oh look, see that there, I've actually positioned that window incorrectly. I'll have to have a look at that later. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's quite a pointless build, but I like the way it looks, and it makes the house look a little bit more complicated. I want to actually start extending things underground there. You might have noticed I've got this here, and I'm going to be going down and putting a lot of my magic stuff underground, because I played around of trying to fit it into more rooms like this, and I, in the end, decided that the way a lot of the magic mods work isn't really all that conducive to this build design, really. So we're going to have a basement with a lot of the kind of Thaumcraft and Britannia stuff working underground. And on that subject, actually, I decided to do Thaumcraft before Britannia, because I looked at Britannia and it seems to have more merit as a secondary mod than as a primary. I'm not sure if that's how it's actually designed or not, or if that's even true, because I don't really know much about it yet, but I played around with the basics, and it seemed to be very difficult to get a sensible level of infrastructure set up with it without using lots of other mods. But with Thaumcraft, you really can set up a form of infrastructure without anything else. So I thought I'd start off with that and then move into the other mods from Thaumcraft. So I've had my little setup here. I've been doing all the research. And in here, I've got the beginnings of kind of alembics and crucibles and all the other low-level kind of tier 1 Thaumcraft stuff. But here I have ready the runic matrix, just ready to craft, just like that with a left click. So let's have a look at the book. What else will I actually need? It's been a long time since I've actually made one of these. A load of pedestals. Okay, that's easy enough. And I will also need 4 of those arcane stone bricks, which can just be workbenched. Okay. Now let's just make sure I've got enough stuff lying around here. So at first I only need a few of these, and I need 4 of those. Okay, so that's going to be 2.5 of these per pedestal. So I might as well make a bunch of them actually. Oh, what am I doing? I'm being silly. Yeah, expect errors like that, because I don't really know entirely what I'm doing anymore with this mod. I'm still learning. What am I doing wrong? Oh, of course. Okay. that was very silly. Okay. Okay, that's the most I can afford to do and still have enough of these arcane stone blocks for the setup. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry I went a bit quiet there. It's, I was trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. Okay. Concussion creepers. I both hate and like those new creepers because, okay, they don't blow terrain up, but sometimes they put you like in caves underground that have no way of getting out, and if that happens without a pickaxe, it's really annoying. He just went into the wall for a minute. What's going on with him? Anyway, he's gone. Right, so what we need is how would I position it? So if I've got the stair template, that's not the final design for the staircase, by the way. I always feel a bit parallel with showing empty, kind of unfinished rooms like this, because I always feel like I've got to have something looking really good before I put it on video. But anyway, if this is here, then it just has to be. Yeah, I'll always put it along here somewhere, about here, and I'll design other things around it later. Now the template is what again? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. What? Ah, there we are. And then no, we go. I think the idea is that this is actually placed up here like that. Then you hit it with a wand. Or am I doing that wrong again? Very, very sorry, guys. Let's give this a look. Okay, it's actually a level above. So if I just sneak this in. Ooh, where's it gone now? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go. I'm a bit distracted today because I've got a lot of other things that need to be doing, and in a minute I'll actually be going off to my girlfriend, so I'm kind of not quite in the zone. And oh god, have I not even figured out how to activate it? This is embarrassing. It's been too long since I've done this mod. Okay. Let's go to the full diagram. I will just figure out how to activate that off camera. But I can just place down a few of these anyway. Now, the important thing is I will be doing Thaumcraft before I do Britannia. If I'm actually pronouncing that one correctly, but then it's a made-up name, so who knows. For the simple reason that it'll be easier to set up infrastructure, I'm going to set up some rooms down here for Thaumcraft, get some infusion crafting going on, and I was looking in the book, and where would it be? In alchemy, I think. Ah, yeah, we have advanced essential tubes now, which sort things. I don't think we had those last time, or at least if we did, I never actually figured out that they existed. So that will make sorting Essentia a lot easier than I thought, and we've got all sorts of other crazy stuff. I only recently discovered actually we've got energistics here too, which will be very interesting. So so eventually, once I do actually have a good magic setup going, I might do the magical aspect of AE, and I'll probably end up using tech mods as well. It's just I want to have a go at getting magic set up first, because before I always went tech first, and just kind of trying to mix things up. So okay, I am severely running out of things to talk about here. Have I said anything that needs to be said? I don't know. Yeah, I think everything that had to be said has been said. Now I'm just going down this staircase. So, okay, so I will do that, and in the next video I'll show you the setup and actual design for this underground area here. I'm going to make it contrast quite severely with above ground. I might go with some of the chisel mossy stone blocks that are available now, because they look quite interesting. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm pretty pleased with how this one went. Got loads of stuff done this time. So I'll see you next time.